Just I hate playing these like 5, 6 guys so many minutes. Precious, Boogie, Damian, Lester, and Alo play the bulk of the minutes. Isaiah, Lance, Jaden, Tyler, Malcolm didn't play as many minutes. Just the energy of the game was never right for us, and they came on our floor. We had a couple chances to knock them out. Went up 7 one time and 8 the next time, and just couldn't do it. And when you let a team hang around, this is what can happen. But we just have to regroup.
Hey, Coach. When you look at the stat sheet, you're going to see so many things where you could have did something different, free throws, rebound, turnovers. What one thing that you're going to look at that if you could have did better, you could have got a different result?
Well, obviously, you want to make, more than 11 out of 20 free throws at home. Lose by 4 points. And then obviously the three-point line, when you're not making them, you got to get to the basket. We did get some good looks, though. But you got to make your free throws at home. And we let them get out on fast break points. We didn't really feel like they could score as well in the half court. And they got out in fast break points in the first half. And that kind of kept them in the game. We could never punch them out. But, yeah, definitely got to make more free throws for sure.
Coach, do you think that DJ not playing in the amount of time in which they found out affected them to play to their full potential the way they
I don't know if it affected them to their full potential. We can't blame that. Players can get sick, but it changes a lot for us. First time not having DJ, but he was sick and everybody else knew that, and we just had to adjust. I did a poor job of, like I said, just playing 6 players, 5, 6 players, a lot of minutes, just really relying on those players. Precious got tired. Damian got tired. I think Boogie got tired. It's just, we got to regroup. Don't ever want to have one of these games again where you got to feel like you have to only play 5, 6 guys. Got to trust the rotation, but it didn't look good to me when certain guys were out there on the floor.
Penny, you had no field goals over the last 4 minutes, 35 seconds. Do you think that was fatigue, execution? How would you break that down in terms of offensively?
I think it was more execution because, we had energy. It's just we didn't execute properly. They went to small lineups just like we did, and it was our smalls against their smalls, and we couldn't figure it out. You got a young team, and they start pressing, and we're in a tight game, and it looks like we're going to lose, and things just change. So, I don't know if it was fatigue. It looked more of just uncertainty and not making the right plays.
Coach, what did you think of the corner 3 by Lester Quinones when you were down 2?
Well, I mean, it was transition. Lester's definitely capable of making that. I trust him in that situation. And, it was just a part of being 7 for 22. He didn't have a good rhythm tonight. He's been making them. He was 1 for 5. Just probably that might have been fatigue because he played 35 minutes tonight.
Coach, you with about 2.5 minutes left there, Boogie lost the ball, loose ball, ended up as a jump ball. Were you guys trying to call a timeout there? Would you have liked to have called a timeout there?
Boogie called timeout. They just, sometimes the refs just kind of let you keep going because if you're scrapping for the basketball, and it was a jump ball, we still had to come down and get a stop.
Penny, you guys have all obviously overcome some things we're all aware of this season, and you're on a 10-game winning streak. Is it kind of natural that as the winning streak goes on, because the players talked about maybe this being a learning experience, they weren't used to this kind of a game, that it takes a loss almost to kind of get everybody refocused on a possession-by-possession game like this?
Well, we can talk until we're blue in the face to these kids. They're freshmen and they don't believe it until they've been put into the situation. And today's game is different from no other because even though we've had games of this magnitude at Oregon and at Tennessee and playing Ole Miss at home and playing North Carolina State in the Barclays Center, it's just on a 10-game win streak, maybe they got a little tight. Maybe it was just a little nerve-wracking for them down the stretch, and they weren't as comfortable, And a lot of these guys they've been put in situations where they had to make shots for themselves instead of having plays made for them. Not having DJ on the floor was huge because he's usually a guy that makes plays for himself and makes plays for other people. So put other guys in other roles, and we just didn't take advantage of it today.
Coach, yesterday you mentioned about having the team rally around Boogie. Do you think that had an impact on him having he seemed to have it going in the first half?
Well, he came out being aggressive because he wanted to affect the game in a positive way. Obviously, playing 31 minutes is something that he hadn't had happen. I think he usually is around 20 to 24 minutes a game. And like I said, most of these guys' minutes went up like 7, 8, 9 minutes. And because of the flow of the game, and we had a couple opportunities to knock him out and just didn't. But as far as Boogie, he wanted to be aggressive and was aggressive early and then just lost it.
You mentioned the minutes, and then there's some guys, you just didn't like the look of when some of the guys were on the floor. How do you, I guess, especially with your big guys, it seems like they've been very up and down, inconsistent. Do you have to just trust them more to play through mistakes, or how do you handle that moving forward with your rotation?
Yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I'll just definitely have to. When teams go small, it's kind of tough to put the fives out there, and that's what type of game this was. And I didn't want to put Malcolm out there having to guard a guard, and they had number 20, Rashawn Hammonds. He's a big, but he's more of a small forward, power forward type player on the perimeter and in the paint. So, it's something that I'm going to have to teach them how to do better in practice, guarding our guards and switching everything, and then having the ultimate confidence in that.
Coach, do you anticipate having DJ for Thursday's game against Wichita State?
I hope so. I don't know how long this is going to last. Him being sick or whatever. We just got to get him well and get back to work as fast as we can with the rest of the group and get ready for a tough road game.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that, about turning the page and having to look ahead now to Wichita State. It's back-to-back, tough games. So what do you expect out of them? How do you expect the team to respond?
Well, they're going to respond how I respond, and to me, I'm just going to dig in deeper. And we're not going to go crazy. I mean, it was just a tough loss today, and we know what we have to do to go on the road because that team is like waiting on us to get to Wichita because of what happened last year, and they're going to be very hungry, and we have to stay in tune with what's going on, and we'll be better prepared for Thursday's game.
Yeah, Penny, I think you had 3 assists in the second half, 22 turnovers overall. How much did you feel like that was caused by Georgia, and how much do you feel like you guys kind of did that to yourselves?
Well, you got to give credit to Georgia. I mean, Coach Crean, he did a great job with their smalls. They switched everything and made us play one-on-one basketball. Precious was fatigued. He was definitely tired. I know that out of all the guys because he played 38 minutes. He only sat like a couple minutes. But most of it was us, the shot that we decided to take instead of creating for another teammate and getting downhill. That's something that we have to get better with. And we know that when people play us man-to-man, we take the challenge more instead of trying to get a teammate involved. And we have to get better with that. Like you said, this is a learning experience for all of us and for the young team. And moving forward, if we're ever in this situation again, they'll definitely know how to handle it for sure.